All right, welcome back. Last story was kind of a sad one. This is a pretty good one. Okay, it's a gang story. I'm working with a female, my first female I ever worked with, and I bitched and moaned about her. And then about a month or 2 months into it, I didn't want her to leave. I didn't want her, and then I got her, and then she turned out to be equal, if not more than me, because she got a better temperament than I do. And then a year later, they want to split us up, and I'm all pissed off because now they're going to get rid of her. So it's all full circle. I'm a macho guy, but she's a great gal. College graduate, I think she played soccer and softball, tough lady. But anyway, so we're working together, and we had some equipment we're not supposed to have. There's equipment we're not supposed to have. And one of the equipment we're not supposed to have, wasn't approved, was fireman's boots. We all wore, black boots. Fireman boots meaning they were steel tipped. And we, on our own, went out and got them. They weren't cheap. We were just policeman's salary, but they were over $100, $109 something for those things. But what's nice about them is because we do a lot of stuff. We kick indoors, we put feet in doorways. Another story on realcopstoryvideos.com where our feet get in the way so people can't close doors. A lot of reasons for that. And in those days, we could kick people. If we're fighting someone, we could actually kick them in the groin or kick them in the chest. It was approved. I think they still approve now, but now they're more touchy-feely. Okay, and we have a lot of pepper spray and all these other things that we didn't have at the time. So she has got fireman boots. I'll call them fireman boots, and I have fireman boots. Okay, so we're out doing something one day. I don't remember what it was, but we stopped a couple of guys. And we worked in the Latin area, and a lot of Latin guys do not like to have a female arrest them. It's just their macho, Mexican, south of the border macho thing. Okay, they don't want women around them. They don't want, especially women officers. Oh my gosh, they're like in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we stopped a couple of guys. They had pot or something. It was not. It's a felony then, but it wasn't as if it was violent crimes. So I cuffed my guy on the near the hood of the police car. And we do it separately. And I'm watching her, and I say, I nod, she's her turn. Well, she goes to grab him, and he called her a PUTA, okay, which is in Spanish, which is a whore, okay. And he was, at the same time, he went like this: "You ain't touching me," like that. Okay, well, that's an aggressive fighting stance, okay. And he probably figured it's a female. What's she gonna do? Well, she kicked him right smack in the family jewels as hard as she could. Now she's probably my assistant, 5'8", 5'9", 5'9", about 100 and, she's trim, 135 pounds, played softball, okay, volleyball, soccer. I don't look at her legs, I'm a married man, but she's a very she's not a little petite lady. Kicked him right smack in the Huntleys, okay. Down he went, screaming, okay. Now I thought something had happened, so I grabbed my guy around the neck, and I'm leaning over, and she looks at me, she goes like this, so I go, okay, fine, I'm watching, I'm only a couple of feet away. She rolls him over, and cuffs him. He's screaming the whole time. Ah! And I'm telling him in Spanish, shut up, So, okay, fine. Well, first, the problem was that when you do that, there's a little problem. Guys, you can recognize this. Women, you really can't, okay? You get hit that hard there, you can't even walk, okay? You can't even stand, okay? I played football. I've been hit there with a cup, okay? I'm umpired, hit with a baseball. Barely maneuver that even with a cup because it hits everything and it impacts, okay? So he can't get up. I go, uh-oh. So we call for another unit and I go, hey, would you do me a favor? Would you take this guy that can walk? And a supervisor pulls up. And that supervisor is an old, crusty old guy, worked Metro, worked SWAT. I told him what happened and he smiles and goes, does he speak English? I know. Tell him he shouldn't fight with the police or a lady officer. So I told him, he's all arrogant. Well, he's not arrogant that much because he's still hurting. He gets that arrogant look and he's like, oh. So we have to all pick him up and put him in the back seat. We had no cages, so he goes in the back seat. Our partner's behind me, and off we go. We have to take him over to the hospital ward over there at County Medical because he can't even walk. Okay, when you book people in the jail, they have to be at least walking. Okay, we don't book in dead bodies or stuff like that. We book in live ambulatory people. That's a big word for me. Wow. Anyway, so we take him to the jail ward. Of course, he can't get out, so we get a wheelchair, we kind of pour him into the wheelchair. He's like, oh, and the whole time I'm thinking, oh, this gotta hurt. Oh, and he's still hurting. It's like 40 minutes later, we get to the hospital because we had to do something at the scene. He's still hurting, bad, okay? He didn't throw up or anything, which I probably would have heaved my guts out, but anyway. So, go in there, go up to the jail ward. It's all jail here. So we go in there, and there's a couple of people waiting with other medical problems. So we're waiting our turn. He's over there moaning the whole time. So finally, here comes the nurse. It's all males in there. They have some females, but they were busy at the time because once in a while you have female arrestees, but not very often. So I go, what happened? And I go, I was senior to her, of course. I had like 4 years on her, 5 years on her. I go, hey, tell him what you did, heathen. And she looks at me and smiles. She goes, well, he resisted arrest, so I kicked him. And then he goes, where'd you kick him? And he looks at her like, that was a rhetorical question. He looked at her, looked down, and he goes, in the crotch. I was okay. So they wheel him out, and then he says, officer, you can't stand beyond this what do you call it? They have a curtain set up, partition. We're going to, just around the corner, and I'll stand there and watch. If anything happens, we can just jump in on him. Okay, fine. Well, nothing's going to happen. Trust me, guys. He is not in a position to be fighting. He's in the fetal position, okay? So anyway, so here comes a doctor, and they put him up on a gurney, and they took off his waist down, they took off all his clothes, and I couldn't see, the angle was kind of turned, so I really couldn't see, I didn't want to see, but I did want to see his private parts, because I want to see, from a professional point of view, if there's what happened. Okay, so they're examining him, he's moaning, and the doctor's getting some shots, or giving him a shot, and all that, and then, so the doctor gets down, he comes over, and he goes, he looks at me, and he goes, so did you kick him? I go, he looks at my partner, he goes, you kicked him? She goes, yes, I did. And I go, doctor, what's the bottom line here? He goes, well, here's the bottom line. He says, one of the testicles is up into his scrotum. Now, that's not a problem. It's going to come down in a couple of days. So we're all going, oh, no. And Lori just sat there smiling. And I'm going, okay, what about the other one? He goes, well, the other one took the brunt of the impact. Oh, and I hear that word. I just got to, I'll roll my legs together. I said, what does that mean? Oh, it's about the size of a professional baseball. Ah, come on, Doc, you're killing me. He goes, and it'll come down in a few days. So we have to admit him because he's got problems. He's got one big one and one little one, and they're all in there impacted. His word was impacted. I think impacted is an impact wrench, you know. Anyway, so we're going, okay. So then he looks at the guy. He says, does she speak English? He goes, no. So he goes, would you translate for me? Okay, I walk over there, and he's laying there. Oh, they're good. He's a little bit better, but they're shooting him in their scrotum. He's getting shots everywhere. The doctor leans and looks at him and goes, don't mess with women cops. And I told him in Spanish, and he just looks up, oh, and that's it. The doctor said, see you later. And then she looks at the doctor something like, well, her, I'm never going to mess with. He says, boy, can you imagine going on a date with her? Oh my gosh, you better keep your hands to yourself. And I go, yeah, you better watch out. She goes, that's right, you better watch out. And we just walked out. It was so funny. We got an elevator, we're just laughing all the way down. I go, Lori, you're mean. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so I think her Gloria, or I don't remember what her name was, but anyway, so I told her she was mean, and she just laughed. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so that's my story, and don't mess with women, all right? All right, we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.